Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Hello, hello, hello. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? You know, seeking purposeful direction that could and should propel your mission within your divine journey to that next level, but still it hasn't happened. Well, my name is Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the founder of P3, the Journey Series. People come to me because they're wounded. Many are scared, and even there are those who are bruised simply because they feel that they are increasingly, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream. Now, this P3 program is not for a person who's just looking to start a business, no, but rather for those of you out there who have been on your journey and you've been navigating within your divine purpose, but you still desire to elevate to that level that you have not reached yet. If this is appealing, if this describes you, then I want to have a chat with you. I want to hear your story. So use the link below to get registered for your free seat at P3, the Journey Series. And let's get started, one story at a time. I'll see you inside. Click the link.
I never wanna leave. Yeah, I'm right where I wanna be. We got something you and me, and I can't get rid of this feeling. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet. The things we have can't be taken for granted. Now I know that it has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet. The things we have can't be taken for granted. I know that it has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. Hey. I'm so drawn to you. I'm so drawn to you. Yeah, yeah.
Hello, it's me, Louise Jefferson. I have hardly any voice left. Hi, you guys. Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I really am Louise Jefferson. Anyway, hi, guys. 4 words. Sick as a dog. I don't know if it's from Miami. Jax Young, country star. You know Jax Young. We have that podcast, License for Love. I was on with him because we're supposed to record today. He thinks I have food poisoning. Yep, I'm having all that. I know when you hear those words, they're like, ew, right? Because I did have shrimp and lobster sauce night before last. So, anyway, pray for me and send cases of Pedialyte. I'm still here, though. I just have to talk down here in my Barry White register. Oh, that feels kind of good. Okay, so I already talked to my boy who's backstage and said, you're basically going to have to carry the show because if I start feeling all queasy and I run out of here, I'll be back. But I don't want to put y'all through that. But we're going to go on anyway. Because why? Because the promise says that 2 or more. So that means sometimes you got to let go and let somebody else kind of carry things. Can I get an amen? Yeah, that's just how it is. So Big Country's here. He has done a crap load of stuff. I shouldn't have said that word. He's done, Lord, he's done a whole bunch of good stuff since he was here last. And I'm going to let him tell you about it. So, because the new resume is like this long. So, to try to save what I have, I'm going to let him tell you about it. But here he comes. I'm so excited. Every time he comes up in here, he's done a whole bunch of stuff. So here he comes. Our good friend, Big Country. Here he comes. I think. Hey, Big Country.
What's up?
I ain't going back to China Kitchen I'm telling you, I'm done.
Yeah, them China kitchens, yeah, we stay away from anything that has the word China on it first.
Oh my God, I couldn't even sleep in our bedroom last night. I was in the loft because I kept getting up and going, up, down, up, down, up, down. So, and then, I didn't even make coffee. Now,
wow.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lord, how have you been? It's been a minute.
Oh man. I'm pretty sure, I know that you can vouch for this because of how much stuff you've done with your shows and your lectures and, your magazine shoots and your own personal programs that if you want to succeed in life, you really got to dig down and grab a hold of it. And you got to have that work ethic that's just beyond what everybody else's is. And, that's exactly what we've done. Man.
Tell people, tell everybody, because you're sitting down. And so people who have never met you here don't even know. So tell them what you do and what it is you always come back and report on.
Well, I am a left leg amputee and a right leg limb salvage. I am in my wheelchair this morning. A little bit of a slow start. I am a licensed professional para-athlete. I throw shot put, disc, and power lift in Paralympic sports.
Wow.
Short story from the past for those who don't know, the doctors told me that I would never walk again after crushing my legs on Fort Riley, and we have overcome that plus some. So in the last, I guess it's been about a year since we've been on with you. In the last year, we obtained our Paralympic license through the International Paralympic Committee. We have coming up on our 3rd event this year. We just got through competing in the Army trials in April. We won our spot on Team Army for the DoD Warrior Games at the ESPN complex in Florida this August. Just got back from the Desert Challenge, which is an international event that was put on by the Paralympic Committee and the World Para Committee. Took 4th place in shot put and took gold in the men's discus. They had the National Wheelchair Games last year in August. Bronze, silver in the disc and bronze in the shot put. just started our master trainer course through NSCF, which is my personal trainer, my nutrition coach, and my strength training. I want to be able to actually train people in the lifestyle that's just gave me my life back.
Oh, wow.
So, and the most important thing of all is I got married to the love of my life this past March.
You did?
I did.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. So she finally bit the bullet.
Yeah, we moved her and the kids up from Florida. We wanted our son Hunter to graduate with his class, and so they graduated last Saturday. So I got 2 kids that are graduating high school, one next year. So we're moving her and the kids up on the 1st. Actually, they'll be here next Wednesday.
That's awesome. Hey, Big Country, tell people how many. Let's talk about all this training. A lot goes into it. We had some footage last time you were here.
It does.
And wait a minute, you don't do any winter stuff.
As far as competitions, no, but I still train.
Yeah, I thought I saw you doing some stuff. Just take them through it.
Okay. Well, a typical day for me, I'm up at 3 a.m. Just to get my calorie count in. I do eat an insane amount of food every day. It's anywhere between 3,500 to 4,000 calories a day. When I stand up, I'm 6'6". I'm about 310 pounds. But if you want to grow, you need to eat. So that's part of that. And then by 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm off to the gym. I'll lift weights for a couple of hours. I have specific muscle groups and specific weight training exercises that I do 5 days a week. And then we take our throwing frame, which is what I throw the shot put in discus from. We take it out here in Tuckasegee Park. We anchor her down and we practice for a couple hours.
So do you win prizes or money? Why do you do it?
Because the main reason, honestly, is to show my 6 kids that it doesn't matter what life throws in front of you, if it's, physical disabilities, mental disabilities, or whatnot. If you want something, you have to dig down and you have to work for it and you have to push for it. There's going to be days that you don't want to do anything. There's going to be days that you wake up and you're extra tired or you don't feel good like yourself, but you're still here, you're still working, and that's what it takes. You have to be obsessed with what you're doing to be successful. Plus, it gave me my life back. I'm able to get around better. I've found the love of my life. My life just feels absolutely amazing since this point.
I'm sorry. And let me ask you this. So when you said it gave you your life back, I mean, was it always this easy? What was it like when it first happened? And describe, if you don't mind. Tell people what happened. We know you're Sergeant Big Country. They may assume it was in battle.
No, it wasn't in battle. It was on Fort Riley. For those who don't know, I got injured on January 7, 2014 on Fort Riley. I was acting platoon sergeant, doing a command inventory, which is a very big inventory that the commander does. We usually had about 250 to 300 people doing this inventory, and I had 20 guys. Our unit was deployed to Afghanistan. So after working 18 hours a day for a couple of weeks, you get tired. And I hit some black ice, unfortunately, on Fort Riley and ran off a ravine and crushed both my legs. It's just one of those, a lot of us soldiers, a lot of us actually end up getting hurt more here at home than we do overseas. And, it's just an unfortunate accident. It put me in a hospital for a year. I gained a lot of weight. By the time I left the military, I was over 400 pounds.
Wow.
Bound to a wheelchair. The doctors were saying that I wouldn't walk, and even if I did, I would never walk unassisted. And after a lot of friends and family just kind of slide in and do you wrong or back away and not know how to act and stuff like that, you find that self courage inside and you pull it out and you start taking your life back. If you see at some point you don't have no help, you got to do it on your own at some point. You have to bring out that inner monster to get back and work through the pain and push through the pain. It's like one of my new sayings: pain is temporary, but quitting is forever. Fight through the pain and never quit. So,
Good one. That's a good one. Hey, so can you hear me?
yeah, I
Okay.
can hear you.
What did you tell yourself in those moments when you thought, I don't want to live like this, or I want to quit? Were there any times when you said, screw it, I don't want to live as an amputee? Did taking your own life ever cross your mind?
It did at one point in time.
Imagine.
It did. I think those thoughts, and even though a lot of people won't say it, I think people who go through a major depression or something that they're just so freaking down about, I think those thoughts end up crossing everybody's mind at some point in time. Maybe it would just be better if I wasn't here, or you know what, I wouldn't have to worry about going through this pain because I'm not going to be here. But I my children have always been my push. Um, I can't let them see their dad go down that hill or put them through that. My kids have kind of been through something here lately that I never thought they'd go through. They lost their stepfather back in November.
Oh
So they
no.
kind of did lose a dad to a point, and it's put a big wrench in their life. And I back in October 2020, I was like, you know what, screw it. I was like, I'm going to take back my life and I'm going to do what needs to be done to be able to re-engage with my kids and re-engage in life. And that was to get up and start walking and get my ass back in the gym. Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Big Country, do you work out every day?
5 days a week. 5 days a week is a must for me. Anybody who's in fitness or getting into fitness and stuff like that, once you get that gym addiction, as I call it, that gym rattiness,
Yeah.
you need to take a couple of days off. Your days off for your body to repair itself, and your nutrition is actually a little bit more important than actually working out. If you don't give your body time to rest, then it's not going to heal and grow properly like it should.
Makes sense. So you do all this traveling, and you
Oh,
do all this. What's it like? Have you met some really great people? Uh,
oh man, especially this past week in Arizona, I've met some really amazing people.
who do you,
I've shook hands with Olympians, Paralympians. It's a funny story. The last practice that me and my son had before I left to go to Arizona for the Desert Challenge, there was a couple sitting on a park bench just watching us. And when I got done and we were packing up, they came over and it's like, hey, what are you practicing for? And I told them about the Desert Challenge and, the other competitions for this year. And they was like, oh, well, we're new here. We just moved from LA, and I was like, all right, well, give me your phone number and me and my wife will show you around. He's like, well, I actually just came over from Los Angeles Rams to play for the Panthers. So that's our new guard was actually sitting there kind of scoping everything out and whatnot. He's a real humble guy. But I've met a lot of amazing athletes of all sorts, different disabilities, from arm disabilities to vision impaired, hearing impaired, and it's such a uplifting sight to see all these people from all over the world that has physical and mental disabilities, but does not let that stop them being happy in life.
you know what I just thought about? When you're competing and stuff, do everyday people come and watch you guys like
Absolutely.
they would a regular sport event?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, the National Wheelchair Games that are in Tempe, Arizona, July 7th through the 12th, is open to the public. And the DoD Warrior Games, which is at the ESPN complex In Florida, the 19th through the 28th is open to the public.
Wow. So you're on the road quite a bit.
This year I have been, of course, back and forth with the wife and kids in Florida the first couple of weeks, and then coming back to train and get my doctor's appointments, and then competition. Competition season for me runs from April to about August. So this year I will have been to Arizona twice and Florida once for competition besides seeing family. The Army trials were actually here in town for me. I had to do that virtually this year because there wasn't enough room for all the athletes and competitors on Fort Bragg. Next year is the same road competitions, but they're adding the Invictus Games for me next year in Germany. Everybody who competes in the Warrior Games gets an application for the Invictus Games in Germany next year. They just had it in the Netherlands this year. Our main goal right now is to keep pushing for the World Championships in May of 2024, and that's the competition that if we did get well enough in, we'll get put on Team USA.
Well, good luck with that.
I appreciate it.
Excuse me. Now, I remember when you were here before, you told us about your team. We actually watched some video, and there was that lady who was kind of talking about what you were doing. How many people does it take to make this well-oiled machine work? I mean, getting you around, raising the money, because it's not cheap.
No, it's not cheap. But I've been very blessed this year. The Army trials, like I said, was here in town. But Fort Bragg's only 3 hours away. That would have been no problem. The Warrior Games, if you make Team Army or Team Marines or Team Navy, that's all-inclusive paid for. The Department of Defense pays for that. The Desert Challenge, me and 8 other athletes were selected by the Paralympic Committee that runs everything to come down and attend to a camp before the Desert Challenge. So we got to go out and train with D1 coaches from San Diego State. There was a guy out there who's been throwing for 35 years. His son was a 3-time Olympian. We got to get into some special training, and that kind of paid for things. But I do have sponsors. I have picked up 4 amazing sponsors since last time. It makes things easier in their own little way. Of course, we have Planet Fitness. Wow. I'm a sponsored athlete through them. We don't pay, the gym fees or whatnot. And a matter of fact, they had a meeting yesterday with their merch company, Celsius. They're coming. As y'all can see, I got my little merch line. Planet Fitness is actually putting my merch in some of their gyms here locally. It'll be in the Belmont, Gastonia, Fort Mill, South Carolina, and the Mooresville gyms.
Nice.
Whatever merch is sold goes into a separate account for all my travel and hotel stays for next year. Then we picked up First Attachment Nutrition. It's a veteran-owned company, amazing supplements, a company that actually explains what's in their supplements and how to take them. We picked up Evolve Telemedicine. They are a medical company that helps both men and women on all aspects of life. It could be sleep issues, hair loss, nails, testosterone issues, estrogen issues. I mean, just all looks of life. Mm-hmm. We picked them up, and then I got a little sandwich shop in town, 2 chick sandwiches and scoops that helps us out with paying for supplements and stuff like that too, man. So we've picked up a lot of good stuff along the way, but it comes with hard work. Nobody just stops and says, hey, we want to do this for this person. They want to see the work ethic. They want to see that you're pushing hard enough for them to invest their time in you and be able to see the progress. I mean, the gold medals are right here, and bronze and silver are right here. So, I mean, we're doing what we need to do, but it's great to have the help of these amazing people behind us too.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the difference between when you were able-bodied and now. When you saw people with disabilities before you had your accident. How different are you with the perspective, the understanding of what it really is? Because a lot of us, I'm just keeping it real. It seems like you don't want to stare, you don't want to run up and ask questions. And so we stay in the dark about their story or anything that could be of use. So, how is it different for you now than before, the way you look at it? What is it you think that people don't know about, amputees or anyone that you meet along the trail there?
Well, I will say this: the staring, you really shouldn't do. If you're curious about something, politely walk up and ask. If that person says they don't want to talk about it right now or today's not the day, then just leave it at that. But like me, unless I'm in the middle of a workout, I got people that approach me, every so often and ask, how did this happen? How does it feel? How are you living your life? When I was an able-bodied person, especially in the military, I've seen people with disabilities. Even beforehand,
Yeah.
and it's like, you have. I don't want to say feel sorry for that person, but you have those emotions, that sympathy and that empathy for that person, because you don't know what it's like. Some people with disabilities have a really sad look on their face, and some of them, like myself, have a big smile on our face. Um, but being disabled now, you know, just being able to walk normally, we take advantage of, we take for granted every day. Being able to use your hands to open up the door or get a drink of water or to use the bathroom, or your legs to run around with your kids or your family and go hiking, or, be able to jump in a bass boat and not be able to do that anymore. It's a ringer.
It's,
You have to find different ways to do things, and not every way is the same way.
do you ever have dreams of when you had both legs?
All the time.
You do?
All the time.
Really?
Actually, 80% of my dreams are still me able-bodied. I
What?
don't really have that many dreams of me being disabled.
Wow. So when you wake up, I bet at the beginning that sucked. To
In
wake
the beginning, it did. You woke up in a lot of tears, and it's like, crap, this sucks. But I don't look at it that way no more, man. I've had some people here recently be like, man, I'm so sorry this happened to you and whatnot. And I appreciate that. But I look at them and like, man, I love my life. I
yeah,
love the way my life's going. I'm a lot stronger and a lot healthier nowadays than what I used to be in the military. I'm enjoying my life and being able to fulfill a second dream now, not
right.
just being not just being in the military, but now I'm a professional athlete, and I'm getting to go around the country and internationally and compete in track and field sports and meet these amazing other people that have disabilities like myself, and also be able to show people that it really doesn't matter what life throws at you. I'm gonna go on a little soapbox here, and I don't mean to offend anybody. This is the NCO coming out.
Go ahead.
You got a lot of people out here that's like, oh, I wish this would happen, and I wish this would happen. What are you doing about it? Are you halfway working towards your goals? Do you get up in the morning like, you know what, I want to get fit, but then sit there and be like, oh, I don't feel like going to the gym today because it's raining or my tummy hurts? Let me explain something. If you want something in life, whether it be yourself, your spouse, or your kid, number one, your immediate family, you should have their support. And you need to work hard. Your work ethic needs to be beyond anybody else's work ethic. When somebody's getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, you need to be getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh,
You need to go above and beyond what everybody else is doing to get there. Ask questions, do your research, tried different things. It took me a little bit to get my diet regimen down. You know, I literally will go through 2 dozen eggs within my first 2 meals in the morning.
Oh.
And then it's 36 ounces of ground turkey and a big old steak in the night. I mean, you have to put in that work ethic. If you want something, go out there and grab it. You
Amen.
know, don't just sit there and wish that somebody's just going to hand you something over. You have to work for that.
Yeah, you do. Hey, Big Country. Do you maybe not? I don't know if you do it, but maybe some of the people you've come into contact with. You know, like when something like this happens to a person, are there people like you that have a positive twist on it, that go and talk to someone who this is a fresh accident and they're thinking, no way, Jose, I can't do this. Have you ever gone and spoken with somebody to encourage them?
Absolutely.
What's
Absolutely.
that like?
You know, I'll give you an example. There was a guy in the gym that we work out. He was a rock climber and he fell and snapped both his shins. So he's in there in a wheelchair with this down look on his face and whatnot. I was the first person he came to. He's like, man, I see you in here killing it every day. You're not letting anything stop you. He goes, how do I get back to that point? He goes, I'm so depressed. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. It's hard enough for me to transfer from my chair to the toilet and to the bed. You know, good people that like seeing people succeed share their secrets. They pay everything that they receive from people. We pay it forward. Now, not everybody's like that. Some people like to be like, oh, yeah, I'll help you out. And then you never hear from them again. Me, I'm not like that. If you're disabled and stuff like that and you want to get into sports, I'm more than happy to help anybody who wants to get where I'm at. But, you know, you sit down with these people and you listen to what they have to say. You listen to what they're thinking about and how their life is going. And then, like me, I'll flip out my phone. I'll show them some old pictures. This used to be me, man. I used to be this big, this fat, this lazy. And you just try to encourage them the best that you can. You know, it's not going to happen fast. It is going to take patience. It is going to take time. There are going to be days that you wake up and you just cry because you don't want to be this way. But you have to find that inner peace within yourself and accept the way that you are and move on with life. And there's a lot of us out here who don't mind sitting down with you and talking through you and coaching you through your disabilities.
Oh, for sure. Here's a question. Okay, especially like when I go to the VA to, you know, for physical or something. Talk about, well, okay, I'm about to bring up handicap parking spaces. No, because sometimes I see people bounce out of their car and they're like, and I'm like, how are you handicapped? I just want to talk about it because I've had people, I actually know a couple of them in my family who have that placard. They don't need it.
My wife probably knows about an incident. I know she's watching right now that happened in Florida. So, number one, if somebody has a handicap sticker and they don't seem to be physically disabled, does not mean that they're not disabled in some kind of way. Now, if they have this handicap placard, I mean, it's not like you can go say, hey, let me see your doctor's note on what's the reason. You just have to accept the fact that they're handicapped. There's a reason why their doctor, I mean, we don't know if that's somebody driving grandma's car.
Right.
With their handicap placard. You know, there are instances, but not all disabilities are seeable.
I didn't know that. You're telling me a person could have a handicap placard and the disability be something internal?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I never even considered that.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, you know, this person may have a really hard time breathing. May could only go so far before they're, you know, really heavy breath or whatnot. You know, they could have, you know, issues with their legs, circulation and stuff in their legs, and they can only walk so far.
Yeah.
They may have heart issues that a lot of activity makes their heart rate and stuff go up. So that way they need to be as close as they can be to the entrances and stuff like that. There's a lot of things that we don't think about.
Right.
And I've had to learn this myself because I've been that person. Wait a minute. How in the hell are you jumping out of the car? Ain't nothing wrong with you. I had one, and then are those people that pull into it anyway. No sticker, no placard, and there's nothing wrong with them, and they just don't care. I had an incident like that in Florida. Down visiting my wife, I pulled into a Circle K, and this car came flying through the gas pumps, almost hit a Marine veteran, and almost clipped my car and pulled right into the handicapped spot. So I pull around and I get out and I step up on the curb, and you can see all my disabilities, and this guy just jumps out and just bebopping around, looking like his young 20s. I was like, you don't really look handicapped, and you definitely don't have no signs. I was like, can you almost hit me and somebody else? I was like, y'all could be a little careful. When
kids.
things were dead.
Hey, why is it that they call that parking space handicap, but when we refer to people with the situations, we refer to them as disabled? Why isn't it just one thing?
I guess, that's a good point. I've never thought about it that way, but I guess that's just the stigma that has been there for so many years now. That's just one of those things they haven't really thought about changing.
What do you use? What do you refer to your situation as? Handicapped or disabled?
I'm disabled, but I'm handy-capable.
Handy-capable. Okay. So where are you headed next?
Next is July 7th through the 12th. I'll be heading back to Tempe, Arizona for the National Wheelchair Games. I'll be competing in the shot put, disc, and the javelin throw, the powerlifting event, and the adaptive fitness event. I have 5 different things that I'm competing in there. Actually, a couple of the athletes that was at the Desert Challenge will actually be there, so I get to see some of them again. This event, people end up coming from all over the nation. I attended this last year in New York City, which that was an experience. The week in New York City was enough for me. That's a crazy place.
Yeah, it is.
But that's what's next on the list. We got just a little over a month left to train for that. I got a new throwing frame being made, which the throwing frame, if y'all go back on my pages, it's in the comments, and you see this frame that I'm sitting on that's actually ratchet strapped to the ground. That's how we throw, because we're not able to spin in circles like able-bodied people are.
Oh.
So, when you see people throw the shot and the disc that are able-bodied, they're spinning around in circles before they launch.
Right.
Yeah, launch their implement, but we have a frame that we throw from. So National Wheelchair Games are next, and then I leave out of here on the 10th of August to go down to Savannah for the Team Army camp. Got a little bit of training to do, and then we arrive at the ESPN complex in Florida on the 17th of August and compete for 2 weeks against it's branch against branch. So that should be really fun.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad I'm not there, because I'd have to boo you. Major force. So, are there international competitions like in the real Olympics and stuff?
Well, the Paralympics is an international competition.
So that is. So it's people from all over the world.
It's people from all over the world. Just like the competition that I just attended last week in Arizona, we had 12 different countries there. We had people from Panama, Guatemala, India, people from Asia. We had some people from the Middle East there. We had people from Mexico, Canada. I mean, it just people from all over.
Wow.
It gets pretty intense, because that's one of the mind frames that I keep myself at is, one, I'm my biggest competitor. I want to do better than what I did the previous day or the previous week or the previous month. But I need to keep that mind frame that there's somebody out there working harder than me. maybe doing something a little bit better than what I'm doing, or maybe have found a different way to do something better. I have to keep that frame of mind because the competition is so vast now. It's not just a few people here in town or a few people here in a couple of states. It's the entire world.
Right. Oof, I'm in trouble. I'm sorry.
Oh, all good, brother.
How important is winning to you because you train so much? You know.
You know, brother, I've already won. I got my life back. I'm able to teach my kids lessons in life that I probably wouldn't have been able to teach them before. I have the love of my life. I've married the most amazing woman in the entire world who actually, for once, shows me that compassion and what a true soulmate is. You know, when that person goes above and beyond everything, it doesn't matter what's going on in your life, that person is right there. You know, my disabilities aren't disabilities to her. You know, I don't have to be doing all this stuff, and she's still gonna love me more than anything else in this entire world. And I did the same for her. She's she's literally a dream come true. I never thought I would ever have a woman this amazing. And you know, winning at the competitions, man, I mean, we all want to win. We all want to go out there and win that gold medal. We all want to be the best. But to me, just being able to go do all this, I've already won, man. I got some amazing sponsors, and we're going to be picking up more sponsors, and being able to travel and meet all these amazing people. That's the real prize for me.
Your wife. Now, you met her after your accident?
Yes, yes. She actually found me on TikTok.
Wow.
She 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 had liked a few of my videos around the end of December, and she shot me a message one day. I remember the first couple words, "Hi, handsome," and I looked and clicked on her profile, and I looked, and I was like, "Wow." I was like, this woman is freaking gorgeous. Those eyes is what caught me the very first. She has those very light blue eyes that are just gorgeous to look at.
So
And
talk about that though. How had you been dating all these years since the accident?
I have dated some. I have. And it wasn't very pretty. You know, you have a lot of people that are fake, a lot of people that think that they can handle somebody with a disability until you get around them, and then it's like, ooh, I don't want to put up with this.
Yeah.
Or I need to find some way just to, you know, you go out on a couple of dates and all of a sudden you don't ever hear anything from anybody anymore. You know, and it got to be, you know, I was at that point. I was like, you know what? I'm just happy being with my kids and stuff like that. I was about to really just hang up the whole dating thing. I'm 42 years old. I don't have time to play this high school game. And here comes Elizabeth sliding right on into my DMs and saying, "Hey, handsome," and caught my attention. And, you know, ever since we started talking, and we've been apart from each other, we do not go one night that we don't go to sleep on FaceTime. We can always wake up and see the other person sleeping beside each other. You know, it's we have a saying, always and forever and never a day less. It's inscribed in our wedding rings. You know, man, it's just been, she's a blessing. She absolutely everything in this world. And I honestly couldn't see me living another day without her.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
The thing is, you know, if you hadn't gotten up and stayed up and did all those things that we were talking about at the top of the interview, even when you didn't want to, she would not have seen the guy you are. You know, a lot of people wish for Mr. Right or Miss Right, but they don't do anything to groom themselves, if you will, into being Mr. Right or Miss Right for the person they're looking for.
Absolutely.
And I'm just so excited that I did not know that you had gotten married. I think that's awesome. And you have your forever person with you. So what's the greatest thing about new married life?
Finally knowing that I will always have her by my side. I don't have any doubts whatsoever that our relationship will always be. Um, she shows the love and the energy, and I mean, it's just everything about her. The way she talks to me, the way she treats me, the way, dude. We when we sit on the couch, we hold each other. When we're laying in the bed, we hold each other. When we're walking, we hold hands. We're there. Our bodies we have become one person,
Yeah.
and it's just, man. A lot of people go along most of their life, if not all their life, trying to find this. But
Yeah.
you hit it on the nose on that though. Is unfortunately on social media, some people's accounts, that's all it is, oh, I wish I could find this person. Where's my king? Where's my queen? But
Yeah.
you hit it on the nose. What are you doing to show that person that you're there? If word of advice for all you people on social media, quit making your accounts look like you're desperate to be with somebody. There's I will even before Elizabeth, even a couple of people that I used to date, that's all their accounts ever are is I want my soulmate, I want my person, I want this, I want that. But that's
Yeah.
not what people want to see. People want to see, what are you doing with your life? How
Yeah.
are you living? Most importantly, you need to love yourself and find yourself before you can give your heart to somebody. Because if you don't love yourself and you haven't found yourself, then that relationship's not going to work. You have to be happy with you first. If you
True.
can't be happy with you, then how are you going to make somebody else happy?
Yeah.
But you hit it on the nose. You need to show people what you're doing in life, what makes you happy, that you are happy, and not be so freaking desperate.
All the time. So
Exactly.
when Elizabeth, when it was time to meet the family and stuff, for you to meet her family, what was that like? Because just let's keep it real. When your daughter or niece or whoever, your sister says, "Oh, I'm going to show you the person. I'm going to introduce you to the person I'm going to marry," and then you see that he's disabled. Do you think? Did she say? Did anybody say, "Girl, why would you do that? You could have anybody." Da 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 da. Because they miss what it's really and truly all about.
You know,
Sad.
it is sad, but once again, you kind of hit it on the nose a few minutes ago. People want to see, what you're doing in life to be that person for somebody, and we haven't had an incident like that. She's shown my TikTok page and my Instagram page to, her coworkers and her kids and her family, and everybody's just been like, "Wow, holy shit, that's awesome." She even had a couple of coworkers at work that was kind of mingling in between each other, like, "Hey, you need to go after that guy," and she's like, You can shut your mouth."
Somebody got him. How was the wedding?
The wedding was awesome. We had a nice little spot near the hospital that she works at. It overlooked some water and had a lot of beautiful nature around. I had one of my old buddies from Germany that I actually deployed with come down. He lived about 45 minutes away, and she had one of her friends at work come over, and kids and everything. And it was just something small and quiet. We got dressed up and we were looking good, and it was just this very small, just a very small wedding. Nothing extravagant, but it meant the world to us on how it was. So
Hey, so let's say what'd you say you were? 40,
I'm 42.
42.
Mhm.
So let's fast forward in life to the BigCountry Conwell of 72. Let's say you're done throwing the discus and all that stuff. Because as we get older, even the best of us has to kind of sit that ass down.
Yeah.
So do you ever think about what you will replace, what all of the stuff you do today. Do you ever think about, well, what will I do with my life when I can't do this anymore?
Not really. I haven't really thought about it. Because I'm so kind of stuck in the now and what we're doing a couple of years from now. But I mean, that's a good question. I have learned to be happy with life, period. A lot of people nowadays, and I hope this analogy works. A lot of people nowadays, especially when driving, are such in a rush to get from point A to point B that they don't stop and take the time to enjoy the drive. Enjoy seeing what's around you and what's being around you. That when it gets to that point, man, to where it's time to hang up the cap, I'm still going to be happy because I'm going to have my amazing wife beside me. Our kids are going to be grown. They're going to be out of the house, living their lives, being successful, being the amazing people that they are. We're going to have our grandkids over spending the night. We're going to sugar them up before we send them back home. And we're going to sit there and we're going to be happy and live in peace.
Okay, so speaking of grandkids, what name will you? What are you going to be? Papaw?
Papa.
Papa? Papaw?
Papa.
Yeah,
Yep.
Papa's the cool grandpa name. Yeah, I'm so excited. I want to show everybody a couple links where they can follow you. And here is Facebook, Sergeant Big Country, and also Instagram. And he's got a TikTok. Everything you have is Sergeant Big Country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all you got to do is type that in, and you're going to find you. So, go ahead.
If people want to, the Facebook link, if you go to that Sergeant Big Country page and you message that page, just say, I want some merch. We have the sleeveless shirts. We got regular shirts, tumblers, dog tags, keychains. Got a little bit of everything. All you got to do is message the page. My merch manager will get to you. She'll take your order. We make everything on the spot. They ship it out. And if you're around the area where I'm at, Belmont, Charlotte, Fort Mill, or Mooresville, here pretty soon we're going to have our gear in Planet Fitness. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I'm super stoked about that.
I'm not kidding. You make me feel like a slacker when every time.
Man, I keep up. I see your gym videos and stuff out there, man. You get out there, you do it. You've been through some hard things yourself, and you've bounced back as well.
Yeah.
And super proud of you for that. Even being a little bit under the weather, even before the show, it's like, man, we can reschedule. No, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Yeah. I'm like, okay, it's my man's.
Yes. I'm just so encouraged. Yeah. Oh, you want to hear something fun? I can tell you guys today for the first time. Guess where I got booked to speak yesterday?
Where is that?
Okay, now I can't even remember the name of it. It's a country. Name some countries. Oh, Lord.
Germany, Italy, France.
The ones that are like Russia. Starts with a B.
Starts with a B?
Yeah. I'm going to figure it out. See?
Brazil?
No. Oh. Wait a minute. I'll find out. Hold on. I can't believe it. That's a senior moment. In October. Romania.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know, for International Children's Day.
That's awesome.
Can you believe
That's
it?
Awesome.
I know.
Brother, make sure you got your batteries packed. Make sure you got your cameras ready to go. Man, record everything, man. Record everything.
I'm gonna. Big Country, I want to tell you something between you and me. I just love you, man. Because you always make me feel better about myself. And I'll say, a lot of people say, well, how is that? I talk about what I just told you. Oh, and then I show you this. Watch this. Wait. Big Country. This is crazy.
This guy's amazing.
This is crazy.
I love this
You know what this is?
Is that a graduation?
Honorary doctorate next weekend. I know. Who saw that coming? I think people
Congratulations, brother. That is freaking awesome.
I know. And
that is absolutely awesome.
I've had a lot of trouble. That's hanging up, so I get used to it because upstairs I would go out the one door and go all the way around the house to come in just to not walk past it because it felt
Right.
like a dead body in the dining room because I just didn't feel worthy. I really didn't. And when I see the things you do and the extent of what you do to show people that happiness is wherever you're at, you just have to get up and create it.
Yep.
And I really honor that in you because things like this, people assume you're just like, ooh, no, you're right. A lot of us go through things, and then I look at what you've gone through and what you're doing and how you don't use it as a crutch or poor pity me and all of that. And that's always been my motto. Don't use any of that story as something poor me. Use it to pour into others. And so I get a lot of that from you. So I just love you. I can't wait till you go win all this gold and come back again. You guys, again, get over to Facebook and get some of this awesome merch. I'll be heading over today. And also Instagram. Yeah, I want some dog tags. I don't have any of any sort. So I'm going to get that. And here's Instagram. Big Country, always a pleasure. Congratulations on your wonderful marriage and your beautiful wife. I can't. Well, next time maybe you can bring her on for a minute if she's not shy. And
That's one thing I do got to help the wife to get over a little bit. She might kill me for this, but she is a little on the shy side. So coming from Florida up to North Carolina, it is a little bit of a culture change, just like anywhere else is. We'll get that amazing side out of her. She should be all right.
I'm sure. I'm just so excited. All the best to your children, the graduates, and man, keep doing it. You're such an inspiration. When I grow up, I want to be just like you. And that's true. I mean that. I really mean that. I have you back. Every time you ask to come back, it's like instantly because I get so much from being around you. I can't wait to meet you in person and come one of these days. I'm going to come and catch you throwing and all of that. I can't wait.
We'll be up in Illinois at some point in time here in the next year or so. I'm pretty sure. There's the Track and Field Association is one of the associations that I look for competitions and stuff at that are sanctioned, so that way my records are kept. So since I got my Paralympic license, I do sanctioned events to keep my records on point. It's one of the things I have to do to keep my eligibility to be able to be on Team USA. So we'll be up there sometime soon.
I can't wait. Listen, all of you guys get out today and be the best version of yourself. Hopefully some voice will be back by tomorrow morning. Film producer Mikey J is here tomorrow. He has 14 American Music Awards and 6 Grammy nominations, and he has produced countless films. And guess what? I'm going to be in one of his movies this year. Yay! So Mikey J will be here tomorrow, and I hope you'll be here tomorrow. Get out there. Be the change you'd like to see in the world. Be the blessing you'd like to receive. I'm Lauren. I'll meet you out front tomorrow morning, no matter what, because I love you and you can't do anything about it. I'll see you guys. Have a great day. God bless you. Thanks, Big Country.
Appreciate it, brother.
Okay, bye-bye.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show